Okay, guys, we're hopefully getting our signal back quick. And are these all loaded up too? Alrighty. Anyway, I'm gonna let them fix all that stuff on that end and start to pick up this gorgeous dragonfly. This one was super incredible. I'm gonna zoom on that as well. But this is actually a really stunning peridot crystal. This is kind of like the cut on this crystal is just really incredible because it has, actually I'm gonna pull that up on here, Dragonfly Romance Kit. This has kind of like that natural type of cut, which is my favorite from Swarovski. They're a lot of times a little bit more uniform with their cuts, kind of more symmetrical. And the way we love Swarovski is when it has that natural flair to it. It just goes so well with the kind of imperfect antique type of vibe that we love with our metals. So it really ends up just being a really perfect marriage. These are also vintage Jablonais drops on either edge of these of the wings, and then this is also a vintage drop, and these colors together are just incredible.
It wouldn't let me go back into there for it.
And Mom, would you like to fix my view?
Yes.
Zoom me and do your camera. I've had the bottom one looking good, but whatever.
I want to get your hands going so they can see.
Mm.
Tell me when you're happy with it.
Yeah, that's fine. And you
Okay.
can work on yours.
Yep, and I'll get mine.
So,
Do you want me to show the dragonfly from my angle?
sure.
Okay.
There you go.
This one I was super excited about showing from my angle because you just can't really see the detail. But this is a very cool vintage bead there, and that one is a faceted crystal. This is a really incredible brass, kind of like a faux locket. And then I love what you did for the painting on that. And then, like you were saying, the Jablonais, those are very, very old. And I don't want to overlook the intricacy of these incredible filigree beads. That is just,
yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot forget about that.
I mean, each one of these beads is like $4.
I know.
I mean, they're so incredible. But this is just a stunning piece. That's a showstopper. How much would you, I know everybody likes to know, how much would you sell this piece for, Mac?
The necklace?
Yeah.
In boutique, I would have done that for like 115, right?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Especially with the crystal.
Yeah.
And then flea market probably would gone like 85.
85.
Yeah,
right.
85.
Boutique. Yeah. So you know your market, but should we give them the pro tip we gave them last week? Or maybe that was a pro tip on the master class. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But here's a pro tip, guys. Here you go.
Okay.
The pro tip is don't undervalue your jewelry. Always remember to price your jewelry higher at retail and then give your customers a show special. And it's just showing them what the value is. And if you feel like you want to give them a great discount, then you can do that and call it a show special. But really, we could go start to finish what happens with a piece like that.
Yeah, you guys let us undervalue our stuff.
Yeah, we do it because we're a wholesale company.
Yes, we're trying to give you guys the pricing so that you can actually make money off of the things that you sell. And of course, you can use this for personal use always.
So the difference for us is that we are not direct to customer. Like we don't have, when we have our stuff in the boutiques, it is very expensive. But when you're on the live shop and in the lives and on vintage.com, and we give you the tools to be able to sell. To be able to sell it and make good money. Because we know how important it is to be able to make money on your products.
Of
You know,
course.
it's important to make money with your wonderful, fun hobbies. So you can keep doing them.
That's the thing. That's what I do with clothes. I have made it into a business because I love it so much, the vintage clothing, that you kind of just find a way to feed your addiction.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it works out on all ends.
So Mackie, I was gonna step through. You've got your dragonfly bracelet or necklace. I was gonna step through like what that entails to bring that to you. So
This?
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
okay.
hand
Do you want me
me
to
that
put
again.
it back to the dragonfly?
yeah, but just to give just a really quick education on this. So this chain, the beads, the dragonfly, the faux locket, the head pins, the eye pins, these are all hand aged by us. All the brass, the original, the raw brass, is all sourced inside the United States. It's the highest quality. It's rich low brass, which means there's 85% copper and 15% zinc, which are both very healthy for your bodies. So you won't have any reactions. Then we developed this gorgeous cold enamel that's identical to cold enamel that have been used for 100 years. And we developed the formulation so that it would be permanent and easy and fast. So then we create these techniques to color it and make them unusual and striking. So you don't just have the same jewelry as everyone else has. You have your own custom pieces. And then we love to source vintage elements that have come into the jewelry district from overseas. This one specifically from Czechoslovakia. This one is probably from the Czech Republic. These are from France, Jablonais, and these tiny little ones are melon beads. So that's just like a little history. Each piece in itself has its own little story and uniqueness. So we don't want to overshadow like how much of a special collection you have. None of this stuff is like easily imported.
Yes.
Our hands have touched almost every little element of
Very
it.
unique items to curate and get a hold of.
And that's how much we appreciate you
Yeah,
guys.
lots of thought, and in fact it takes our entire week to just come up with today's offering, all 5 of us.
Yeah, and we're just
So-
saying this so that you can extend this to your customers so that you know what kind of value you have. You're not just going to Temu and getting a bunch of beads and sticking them on a memory wire. This is like value that you can tell people about, and it's just really a way just for you to see how much you're getting and how much your jewelry is worth. And then your design time, it's definitely worth it. All the time that you put in these findings and stampings and the cold enamels and the beads, they support your work. So there's my rant for the day.
Okay, I'm gonna quick talk about this one,
Awesome.
and then we can
I'm gonna just
then we
focus
can
in
finally
on
move
that.
on to our demo. So this is Ainsley's gorgeous bracelet. She did some really fun techniques with beads. She's been doing lots of really cool wrapping type of little wire working type of moments. These earrings are absolutely featherweight. I just put them on and I could not even feel them.
They're incredible.
They feel amazing.
Ainsley, is this Parawire that you used?
No,
Just our head pins.
just our headphones.
Oh my, are you serious?
Yeah.
The rose gold headpins?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, so that makes it even better because the rose gold value, that's actually plated with rose gold, guys. 3 to 4 mils of rose gold.
Yeah, these are absolutely stunning.
And I know you guys hear this all the time, but there's new people coming on all day, and we don't want to miss the opportunity to explain to them the quality and the things that everybody knows about. So if we sound redundant, I apologize. But for newbies, hopefully it helps.
All right, I think we've been long-winded enough.
What?
There are a couple other things that we'll talk about in a minute.
I love these.
But these, quickly, just pop these up. We have been doing kind of bonus items, and we've got the Hematite Findings Variety Pack. Tons of ear wires, jump rings, head pins, and eye pins, and then these gorgeous
Oh my gosh.
chain and bracelet. So
I don't even know where Jean pulled those from, but I was freaking
I love them,
out when
and I would
saw
wear
them.
all the time. In fact, I would hang tons of charms just from those and wear that in the front.
That is such a striking combination.
So
Isn't it crazy how good it looks with the vintage portion of everything too?
it's insane.
Oh, Mackie, I was gonna when you get ready and you start doing the technique. Today's technique is called iridescent antique. Iridescent antiquing. So I know
So
sometimes
what
it's like
do you want me to start with? Should I do the bracelet or
Gosh,
should I
yes.
do? Okay,
start with the bracelet.
All right.
I love it so much.
sounds good. Take this.
And I don't want to get it anyway because I know sometimes this camera gets
It's
in the way.
fine. It's fine.
Okay.
The only thing I need,
Yep.
Is-
Some things.
should I just quick change it to that view just for a sec? Because this one's kind of really top down right now for some reason. There, I think that's more like what it is. All right. Can you grab me one more stone for this corner?
Yes.
Like that teal one is great. Yep, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Go back to the 3. And all right. So we'll set that in the corner. Alrighty. Let's see how this goes under the camera today. So this one I'm actually going to metalwork first, and then I will go in and add some of the iridescents. What I did with this actually, instead of using a plier, the metal shear, I actually took this branch and I'm just breaking and it takes quite a bit of working because obviously our metals are made to be super strong, but I just bent this back and forth until it came off. So it'll look about like that. A tip I like to do is any sharp pieces, I like to just immediately kind of clip and get rid of that harsh edge, and then I'll start to file. So just getting rid of those. I didn't bring over
The file?
file or
It's right behind you.
sanding.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. Metal file. This ends up being plenty for my liking, but if you guys really want to smooth it out, you can totally use our relieving block or a sanding sponge. You'll see kind of some of the shavings fall down. That's how you know it's working.
And it really just takes maybe like 5 or 6 swipes, right? To
Yeah,
knock down those burrs.
Totally.
It's because the metal's
Whatever.
so soft. It just
Yeah, and that feels great to me. But again, you could totally go in. I just don't have a reliefing block by me, but using one of the sanding sponges is great. I was thinking about it, and I know somebody was asking if we've been using the sanding sponges more than our reliefing block, and I would say we still use our reliefing block
50-50,
I would say 50-50. It's good for different things. The reliefing block is better, I think, when you're working with paint.
Yes.
These are kind of solely when you're just doing metal
When you
techniques.
want to get down in the grooves inside, so we love the reliefing because that's what it is. You're reliefing it. But if you want to sand inside the grooves, the sponges are great. And you can just get those on Amazon.
Oops, I'm off camera. Sorry, guys.
No, you weren't. You had this
Yours, yeah. So now I'm just doing a little bit of shaping for my wrist. Obviously, you can just hold it up to yourself and see kind of where it's ending up.
And what kind of tools can you do that? Can you use bail pliers? And I know you're doing the chain-os.
I always do chain nails because I feel like I have the best control with it, but I know some people do love bail pliers as well, so it's personal preference at that point. So that's got that nice shape, and you'll be shocked how comfortable that is. When I was wearing it, I really didn't even notice it was on. So that's some really cool piece. Now this I'm gonna bend as well just a bit.
I really love the texture of the log on that. Where are you gonna find that? That's like
It's so cool.
very hard to find.
And then you can choose where to put this. So I had put it up here off of these because I kind of liked the flow of that. But you could totally put it off the other side if you're liking that balance more. Really just lots of options.
It just makes it look like a whole branch around your wrist.
Totally. You could also leave this off and use it for another bracelet.
Oh my gosh,
which
with
is
a really
really cool.
delicate chain.
That would be pretty.
Super pretty.
Okay, so I'm trying to think if I want to, I'll paint it right now and then do the wrap.
I can't wait to see the painting. I love this set so much.
The paint colors.
Yes.
And this one, I actually am just using the iridescence for this part.
Because it already has so much warmth in it.
Yeah. Do you mind helping me shake that?
Not at all.
You just put your finger over it, right?
Yep. I don't even put lids on my paints anymore. Because it just self-seals it up. And then I just poke it with so much easier just to poke it in there with a
Can you put that one too?
with a head pin. It's almost easier to do that than it is to screw the lid back on.
For real.
But then sometimes I cut the tips down all the way to the base.
So
Ooh,
for
this
that,
is a part I really wanted to get closed up on.
yeah, go ahead and get
Because
nice
it
and
looks
close.
so cool.
And all I'm
So
doing,
you're just doing a drip today?
I'm going to zoom in as well. So I'm just going to do little stripes straight on. I always kind of go in twos, I've realized, with the paints. I'll, just do it in 2 swoops.
Peggy can probably
least.
hear
There was 3
the
right there.
lawnmower. They always want
We
to
thought
mow
we were-
on Wednesdays.
We thought we were safe with the
The garbage truck.
garbage truck, and then the lawnmower came.
It's their day to get everything done. Are you looking for a brush?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take just a normal brush. Back of the brush for now is all I'm going to use. So then when I want, especially with the iridescents, they're kind of nice and transparent, and you can do lots of layers. But if you don't want to go through all of that, totally just, instead of using the brush to fan it in, just spread it out with either the back of your brush, or our silicone brushes are incredible. We use them. I think it would be so fun to just travel just with the silicone brush set and do only techniques that way, because all you have to do is just wipe
Yes.
the water needed, which is crazy convenient.
So the reason for using the back of the brush or the silicone brush is so
Thickness of application.
Yeah, so you don't pick up too much paint.
Yep.
Nice.
So it doesn't soak it up.
And I love the pooling. Like, there's a little pool right there on this side that's just sitting there.
Oh,
but
yeah?
You know it's gonna just look gorgeous when it dries. I love the pooling.
Totes. Oh, yeah. I need to do the other part. The branch over here. So that one.
So did you put all of them?
I did.
Nice. And what are the colors?
The iridescent portion of the set today is iridescent violet, green, and peach.
Oh yeah. Iridescent peach is one of my favorites. Do you guys have an iridescent favorite?
It's insane. Sawyer made that amazing technique with it, and
with the garnet and the
freak,
black.
yeah.
And, oh my gosh, yeah. Earth and
so cool. All
Eerie
right.
Earth. And you know, Mac, I was gonna say yours is super subtle. Like, do you want to hand me yours?
Sure.
So Mackie's, when she did it, it's a subtle one coat. But you know, with these iridescents, they're translucent. You can, if you really want this to be a thick enamel coat, you can keep going. You can put as many layers on this as you want. I know she did it so she could continue to see this beautiful, the groove of the log and the branch. But see, here's the pooling when it dries, like right there. It's just such a cool accent and in this groove. So we always love to leave those. But yeah, you can do as many as you want, but this one in particular, she just did one coat.
I was reading this comment up here with Lynn and then Aunt Jean talking to her and talking about colors. I totally can relate to that with the
Can you put the comment up?
yeah, I'll say it. Awesome. I only wear pink around early spring. Not much. I'm more of a green and blue girl. That's totally valid. And if you with the earrings, I was going to talk about being able to paint those colors. So, for example, if Lynn bought the lute today and she's more of a purple or green and blue, she could totally paint these earrings.
I do it all.
Do you want to show with yours too, or am I?
Oh my gosh.
But painting, even with the kit today, you can totally antique it. And these are incredible to just paint as well. And then Jean said
you could just do eerie on it, iridescent.
Jean came to peace with pink. I had to do that with red and purple.
They're so good.
And I am like not those. I just, for some reason, I couldn't like vibe with them. But through designing lately, and I think even like with Peggy and Karen with buying all the reds, it kind of like made me realize how gorgeous red can be. So, and if you don't come to terms with your colors, totally just paint everything what you like.
Well, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
So you love this Free People shirt that we found at a thrift store?
Yeah, yours that you're wearing today.
Yeah, guess what? I painted it. I didn't like the bright yellow next to another color.
Come stand up.
So I painted 3 of the colors here on this. So can I get, here we go. So I can even show you. So you can use your paints.
The yellow parts were...
Yeah. I put topaz on it.
It was bright yellow.
Yeah. So I wanted to knock down some of the yellow. And then there was a bright pink that I put clay on. And so now it's my colors.
That's so smart.
I know. Well, now I wear it. I didn't wear it because I felt like I was a clown. You know how some people feel really uncomfortable with certain color combinations?
Yeah, for sure.
And I felt like a clown, and now I feel like it feels like earthy. And so I totally relate to that with the jewelry.
Yep.
You know, just make it yours,
just make
you guys.
it, yeah. That's what's been
Your
so
color
freeing.
combination.
It's been so freeing about our paints. And it's just like, you know, it's going to look amazing every time because, just because the quality of the paint is just so crazy.
Oh, I probably glossed over for new people that yes, you can use this paint set to paint clothes and dye clothes. It's permanent to fabric too. And it's color safe. So wash it all you want.
And this is, since that was a pretty thick coat, it's probably going to take a couple more minutes to dry. So I could show painting something else.
Yes.
Oh, you know what I was going to do? I was actually, and if you're okay with this, Ainsley, with me painting your bracelet with the antique.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this was going to be another fun step today was, and I'll pull up her kit right now because I'm obsessed.
Would you care if Mackie painted the pink petal on that bracelet?
No, I don't care.
Okay, perfect. So now you can show what you were talking about with Lynn.
Yes,
So you can paint that
sure.
one. Because here's these, the clay is gorgeous on that too. All these.
Yeah. So I'm going to antique the chain right now. And I'm even going to do it while it's already put together.
I actually love doing that.
I know. The thing
Change
that,
your mind and then you're like, wait.
yeah, I'm not going to like take the whole thing apart. And so a lot of times we'll just go right over things.
And some of you might be going, oh no, what if I
Cringing.
get it on something else? Well, if you don't see it for a while and you paint it at night and it's the next morning you're like, no way, I totally forgot about that, then you can take a little Q-tip and some nail polish remover, as long as it's not like 48 hours, because it will cure completely. But you can remove any little things if you choose to paint it on as an afterthought.
Yeah.
Do you do the nail polish remover much? I do.
I don't do that much, but I have, and it's fun. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
like
great.
if you drip it on it or
Yeah.
it gets over the edge, you can just take that off with that if it's early enough, right?
Totally. Totally. Okay, I'm gonna get a bit of each of these colors and just kind of flow with them.
And is that, you're just putting down like a pea size, right?
Yeah. Oh shoot, I didn't bring my, that's the one thing I didn't get ready was my paintbrush. Where did I put?
Which paintbrush
Oh,
do you
that's,
want?
I'll just use this.
Okay, great.
All right, so I've got
Oh, good.
elderberry.
Oh, you need a smashed one. Here.
That's, yeah, I can do
That's
this
a
too
good
though.
one. Well, you have one here that's already smashed.
Okay.
Frayed.
Yeah, smashed, frayed, whatever.
Show them how you do that.
So we like to destroy a couple of our paintbrushes, which watercolor artists, if you're watching, you're gonna puke, probably.
Well, you never know. There could be a really cool technique.
A funky watercolor
You could do a
artist.
flower in that. So push it down in the paint and then just put it on your paper with a frayed brush.
All right, I'm so sorry about my yawning. Whew. Okay. So,
You know, yawning doesn't necessarily mean you're tired. It just means you need oxygen.
I'm definitely tired though. Alrighty, I'm gonna flip this over. I'm a righty, so I always kind of flow to my right like that. So whichever side I'm trying to, like if I'm trying to
I do
protect the
that
middle,
too,
you know
for
what I mean? You
sure.
just paint away from it.
What color is that?
This is all of them kind of,
Oh, okay.
not super mixed, but like kind of, you know, just dabbed up. And we're just kind of scrubbing it in like we've been talking about.
Around
And
the
you
front
can,
here.
oh yeah, because my hand's in the way. I'm a righty, unfortunately. For
Are you
camera
gonna
purposes,
do the,
I'm going to do the clasp,
perfect.
yeah. Let me pull that onto screen a little more. And then just kind of I'm gonna flip it.
You guys don't do this with any other paints because it will come right off. This is a cold enamel. It's got a resin base. It's water soluble. So it will stay, but don't use just like your craft paints to do this.
Oh no.
You'll ruin your
Yikes.
pieces. I mean, you can do it, but just is not gonna have any effect. But just feel confident knowing that you're gonna have this beautiful enameled
Thin,
enameled thin,
so
yeah.
thin base that it makes it so your chain still moves.
Moves and bends. Yeah, because you can see there's still so much movement in there because you're barely putting any paint on.
So
But
you
look
can
at the
always
coverage.
already
Put
see the
them
difference.
next to each other. Wow. Can you put the chain, pull the chain over by the other
Yeah.
findings? I know that it's drying, but that is just incredible.
And I'm kind of in the paint, so I always kind of keep moving around my mat so that
They don't
you get a
have to look
fresh
at it.
backing. No, so that I'm not setting my other things in the
In
paint.
it, yeah. That
So-
is beautiful. That's just such a beautiful warm tone.
And you can even kind of mess with it as it's drying and kind of just roll it around like that.
And this is a beautiful antique burnishing technique. You could even leave some of the colors gold, rose gold, and some, so for a mixed metal
Yeah, totally. That's another thing. That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit more cedar in there and start with the rest.
I love how you, with the brush being frayed like that, it does not pick up that much paint. So it's kind of like a dry brush on steroids.
Right, that's a good way to put it. I'm even getting all the way up onto that rolled head pen or eye pen or whatever Ainsley made. That's
It does
cool.
have quite a bit of advantage to do it afterwards too, because you can just section out after you design to see what you want them to look like.
Yeah, that's true.
So either before or after, the paint is resin based, so it's flexible. So a lot of people can probably attest. A lot of ladies can attest to the fact that you can paint and then manipulate the metals afterwards without it cracking.
And I am going to antique this flower as well, so we can cancel out that pink if you guys aren't pink people. Especially with these colors, we've got elderberry.
So pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of making it a little bit more of an eggplant type of
Yeah.
tone. And just get up in there with the chain.
I really love the transformation part of these demos because you can see that you're not just buying a kit just to be assembled, but you can also keep working at making your own style.
Yeah, and whenever you want, you can come back and change up your piece. And you don't need to take it apart or prep it
Yep.
or anything. I'm loving that flower now that it's antiqued too.
Oh, so beautiful.
Such a different.
It just makes the
vibe.
aqua look so different.
Yeah.
Like, the pink was overpowering, not overpowering in a good way, because I love it just as
Me
Ainsley
too.
designed it. But
But
if
if you're
wanna-
after that different
yeah.
look.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm even going to go as far as to give a little more dimension to the.
And will
Butterfly
that
in
come,
there.
the butterfly will come just as it is already painted,
It
right?
is. Ainsley did put a little bit of iridescent on there.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to give it even a little more depth. So I'm going to just take the paintbrush that's not frayed just so I have a little more control. And I'm just going to kind of do some depth around the wing.
There's a little detail to pop out different areas. I love that.
Yeah. I could probably get a better angle for you if I hold it.
Mm-hmm. Let me hold this up here. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. That just shows how you're like featuring the center.
Oh
of
yeah,
the-
and so it'd be like just totally vignette, doing a
Vignette.
vignette on everything. You could do it on anything that has color to it, and all you're doing is just concentrating a little bit and feathering it around the edges or kind of at the inner corners. Kind of like contouring if you're into makeup or doing your your eyeshadow.
I started wearing green eyeliner again. I think it's because spring and summer are here. In winter, I don't really want to wear like a
Makeup.
lot of greens or makeup even. But it's so fun with the spring
It is.
to be playing with different colors that you've been
I know, I kind
you
of am
put
like
away
that
for
too.
the winter.
I know, I just like finally brought my colors out too to wear. Okay, I'm gonna just mix it all up into one perfect antiquing tone.
I always wonder for the ladies on here that are from a consistently warm or consistently cold climate, do you still change out your wardrobe if you're always in a warm climate and colors and stuff?
Oh
I
yeah,
wonder.
maybe you wouldn't.
Like, is that something we do because we have all 4 seasons? I don't know. I think of those
Just a
random things.
water cup if you. I've thought about that too before.
Yeah.
Okay, look at this newly antiqued bracelet now. So cool.
Could you even go over the top of that with iridescent?
Yeah, I can do that.
That'd be fun.
So, yeah, now it's all antique and gorgeous that way. So obviously you just choose what look you like better. It's almost dangerous because now it's hard to say no to any product because you know you can just make it. It's like you're just gonna be like, oh well, I could just do this to it and it's exactly what I want.
Well, I have gotten, so, you know I love to collect vintage jewelry.
No.
It's my favorite thing.
You
I
do?
love it. Thus, vintage. But I get so sad when there's a really cool vintage piece that's cracked or an ugly color or something's worn
Yeah.
off or the plating's worn off.
And you're like, I can't get that.
Guess what I did the other day? I'm freaking out. It just like changes everything. So you know rhinestone jewelry that's dulled?
Yeah.
It's like gray.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But they're so pretty.
Yeah.
So I took this iridescent set. I went right over the metal and the rhinestones and everything. And it put an AB milky, almost like a
With
milk.
the set?
Yes. And I went right over the entire grayed out.
Oh my gosh.
And it looks like incredible. Like brand new, artsy, not glitzy, but matte, you know, like a really beautiful matte art glass finish.
Oh my gosh, I'm sure.
I want to just like, I just want to redo like
Everything.
chipped jewelry. I mean, and sell it. I've done that so many times too, is like repaired jewelry with this.
And look how that is giving a shimmer on the.
Yeah, I'm going to come over to the bead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. A little better. So yeah, I'm just flicking the iridescence over top of everything, and it kind of just adds that glow back. If you're wanting it to be a little bit more glowy and a little bit more feminine again.
Can you
instead
put
of,
that on your wrist to show the difference now?
Yeah.
Or in your hands? Yeah, okay, so different, right? From the beginning. So you could see Ainsley's picture in the live shop, and that's just designing as it is. Ainsley's here. Why don't you? Maybe I can get a good view here.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ainsley's is just a phenomenal design. But if you're like, oh, pink's not for me, which I love pink so much, you can just do the iridescent antique and have this whole different experience with keeping everything the same. And then you can even just like, as it's drying, you can smooth some things together. But look, the back is the same, and now it all like super matches. Yeah, That was a really fun transformation.
All right, now I'm going to go back to this bracelet and I'm just going to wrap it with the twine. So as I've been saying, I'm going to move it back to fallen tree bracelet. So now that that's dry, we love to wrap metal on metal when we're trying to learn how to metal wrap. I would say ease, it would be our tension wrapping pendants that we've been doing for the last probably month.
To get that layered look.
Yep, and then moving on.
Hold that up.
Yep, moving from that. That's the easiest because you know exactly where your pieces are going through the holes. And so the key to that one is obviously just pulling not just going straight through the hole, but doing the base hole just slightly farther away so it pulls that tension and keeps it pulling tight. And then ease-wise, next would be metal on metal for wrapping, and then after you master that, which will take a while, you can move on to wrapping stones. But this is just as easy as...
This one's metal on metal.
Yeah, just as easy as tension.
Maggie's going to show you that right now.
Wrapping, so. All right, let's do it. Let's see what I did. I kind of forgot. A lot of times I will just
change the
completely,
pattern.
change up what I did. But looks like so this bracelet kind of curves up a little bit. And so does this fine piece. Maybe you might want to videotape me from back here and then
good
over
idea.
my shoulder.
Right, because you need to pull it in a little bit.
So you'll curve both of those together, and that this is fun for you guys to have these.
Which one? Do you want your right shoulder or left?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever's comfortable
Okay,
to you,
this is
I
good.
guess. So what I did here is I actually tucked this. This is a really cool piece to be able to wrap with because you're just gonna grab it here and then start moving with your fingers. You can use a plier as well, but this one I'm actually started to tuck up and around. I think the other side, Mom.
Okay.
It's making me feel like I can't bump into you.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right. So then you see how I just pulled that over the corner, and then we're just going to actually just pinch it right back like that.
It's kind of like wire, isn't it?
It is a lot like wire, and this part I will pinch down later, but I'm gonna get kind of the other side going as well with the same concept. But what all I did was take this, and I sometimes use my plier as well, and just
Stick it in that groove.
and then pull it around.
Nice.
Oopsies. Okay, so then I just curved it around it.
Yeah.
So this is already has incredible tension. It's barely going anywhere, and I haven't even tightened anything down. So now, once you get these pieces down and super tight, I love to use the fat, sorry I'm moving a lot, Mom.
No, you're great.
The fat part of this plier to pinch. And the way these pliers are made, they really don't do any marring or scraping on our pieces. That is crazy tight right there. And now this one, I'm also just going to bend. I think I might just
That's what I would have
like
done
that
exactly.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pull that down and just flatten, tighten, smush it.
Gorgeous.
Now, I did pull the bottom of this up, but I'm totally realizing that you don't even need to do that if you want to be able to see that whole leaf.
You could punch a hole in that and hang a little charm
Totally.
on your bracelet.
So you guys decide. You can wrap that center if you like that pulling around, or leave the full leaf out? What do you like better? I like the leaf out, actually.
I like the leaf out. I think I'd probably hang something from it. Or I would contour it instead of folding it. Either way, I think it's gorgeous.
And then just gonna do a little
I love it.
bit of that. So yeah, that's the main portion of the bracelet. And then all I did for the secondary branch was just punch holes. I think I did it from here, here, and here. And then matching them up and just doing a jump ring.
That is fantastic.
So, love that.
Oh yes,
Oh,
it's time. Show some. Go stand in the back.
I was just doing that.
Sarah's got to do.
Mom, when we did the gilded greenies
Show
for a
him
second,
on that.
Oh, I will.
when we did the gilded greenies for a second, Mom would always be in the background with like paper, telling us like what to watch. And she'd be like,
It's like, look what Sawyer's saying. Look what time it is, you guys.
Free dive
Comment FD.
with his
Comment FD right now. 6 of you.
with his illegible handwriting.
6 of you.
Mikey hates my handwriting.
No, I'm just kidding. I just like to give you crap.
6 of you for this free dive, for this one, and then there's going to be one at the end. 6 of you will get some cool painted piece. Mackie's just going to quickly slap some iridescent, or some, slap some antique, slap some iridescent on the things. I'm going to throw you some stuff too, Matt.
Okay.
What I loved this so much, this one, this bird.
Oh
And
yeah,
that.
you can show me things that are also
Just do Erie on that.
that need to be.
You can do it as I, yeah. You can also paint as I pull.
Okay, so free
I'll pull when you
dive
pull.
time means that it is our giveaway time. So anyone that buys today gets to comment FD, and then we're giving away the first 10 comments. You
This
said.
one's gonna be perfect.
What was the thing you were saying about 6 though?
6 and 6. We're
Oh,
gonna do
so 12?
6. We're gonna give away 12 today.
Okay.
So first 6 this time.
First
and
6
we're
this
doing
time.
6 again,
Ooh,
right?
this
Yep.
one's pretty.
Do that one. Do the parrot, and then this one will be good to show how you can
Fix the yeah.
fix things that are an issue. I'm gonna put there. All right, let me find some stuff too. So we just need 6 this time. How many
Oh,
do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more.
Okay. I do love that. Wouldn't that be fun? Right there, if somebody had an R like Renee.
Except I can keep R for Rocco. Just
Well,
kidding.
You want to? I'll
No.
do a different one.
It's fine.
No, it'll be no problem. You should keep it for Rocco. That'd be super cute. Oh, here, let's do this double pair. Let's just
yeah.
iridescent these, because I was trying to show them the links of how cool they could look.
All right. I'm going to, and that's going to be one.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody's going to get some really cool links. What I'm going to do is the ones that are already natural brass, I'm going to put our iridescent combo on, and then the ones that are the solid
Solid.
brass.
We
Sorry,
could do
I'm going to
the
put on
owl and the parrot
antiquing.
together. That way you can show the cool how copper and solid brass works with the antiquing.
Okay. So, FD time.
Free dive, free meal.
They don't say that anymore.
I
Yeah, they don't say
know.
it.
I actually haven't eaten at Cafe Rio for the longest time.
Kind of sounds good, actually.
I know.
It does
It
sound-
does.
I'm almost
I'd
thinking we
eat
should
it.
get Cafe Rio today.
I would.
I'm down.
Anytime.
Ooh,
It just
steak
makes me
salad.
Think of, Rainforest Cafe in Chicago.
I love that place. That's
It's so
fun.
cute.
I
It's
know,
so
it's
magical
cute.
as
The
a
food
kid.
kind of sucks, but the place was magical. I mean, who
Yeah,
cares
like
about the
when
food?
you're a kid,
You don't
it's
go
just
there for
super
the
fun.
food, right?
Yeah, you go there because it's magical.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start with this one because this looks like it has an imperfection. It's just a little bit of a probably another piece resting on top of it for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I think that actually is just age, tons of age.
Yeah, so we're just gonna flow that all in together. And what I'm doing is I'm actually going heavier.
Because of that.
Yeah, and you can go lighter in some areas, but kind of just do another section that's really heavy, and then it completely just makes you think that was on purpose.
And this is super fun because you're not burnishing this one, you're just laying it on there.
Yeah, that one's gonna be really
here,
cool.
let me dry off your burnishing brush for the parrot.
I am gonna do with this one the same brush because I already have paint on it.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna, you don't have to use a frayed brush. You can still push in kind of.
Are you gonna do both sides of that or just one to show the difference?
What do you, I mean,
Whatever you want. Sometimes I do both, sometimes I don't. It just
Renee
depends.
has an interesting question. She said, hey, completely off topic, but is there something I can print out to put in my booth to say I'm using vintage components?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. If you go in About Us on the website, there's a section that tells all about vintage metals and everything. Now, we don't have a PDF, but that's a good point.
we have,
Ainsley, what do you
remember that
We could definitely make
authorized
something like
vintage retailer, the old one you could send her.
True.
That. Oh, that's true.
You know, I
If
think
your
it's in
mom
the
has the
closet.
graphic, maybe she can
probably
make a
does
PDF of
somewhere on her
that.
computer.
All right, Renee, we got your question, and we're definitely going to talk to Jean about that, and we'll see what we can make available for you guys. I think that's a really great advertising tool for you guys to show the quality of the metals. Just so your pieces stand. Ooh, gosh, that's pretty. I like that technique too. You don't always have to burnish.
you can just dry brush it in, type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that one was already pretty dark. Okay, now I'm going to,
You're gonna iridescent the natural grass ones.
yep. And then soon I can let, Ainsley, are you gonna show your earring technique?
Oh,
Yes.
Mackie.
Maybe I'll have you do that soon.
Mackie, your necklace. I wanted to show them. Do you know where the necklace is? Oh, here. Show them the link thickness compared to those.
Oh, how
links
it's
there.
sorry, I've got like an itch on my nose.
Thick that is comparatively to a full on
Right.
linked piece.
Yeah, part of our.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you probably have to feed Rocco pretty soon.
Monica
I'm
said,
doing okay with
Peggy
that.
really wants that owl.
Yeah.
Peggy, we will make sure we blindfold our eyes and do not give you the owl.
Can you poke that one out?
Actually, we could throw an extra one in there for you too. We're actually winding down on this owl. This was a production piece for a private label, that owl. That's why we had a few of them left. But I loved them so much. Peggy, that's the only place that you and I are not syncing on is that owl. Otherwise, pretty much we're twins.
Twinners.
Twinners.
Winners and winners.
Mm-hmm. So whoever gets the links as their FD, their free dive, gets both links.
I can't promise Peggy that we're not going to give her that owl. It's just whoever gets called, because it's completely random. We just kind of pull it out of the, pull it up. We
She's like, I retract my comment.
well, she could, but then you'd miss out on the other ones.
All right. Those are looking gorge.
So this morning,
I'm gonna let those dry, sorry, and then I'm gonna have Ainsley hop on while these dry.
I was just going to show you this really quick. This morning I pulled out a vintage vault one. And then I love like the super dangly.
I forgot about how you did that wrap. Yeah. Look at how this is that heart.
Super old.
This is that heart-shaped piece, which I've recently used on the tension wrapping, remember?
Yes.
But she used this as a crazy bail. We need to do that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do a bail. Let's do
Whoa, so
a
cool.
bail day.
Here you go.
Just making tons of really creative, cool bales.
Ames, do you need me to clean up my stuff, or do you want to? You can just flip over
It's
the
fine.
mat. Okay.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna demo? Oh, do your upscale
Actually, I was gonna demo the.
while the paint's out. Oh yes, let me. Do you want me to turn that over, or do you want?
You can just pull it up.
Okay. These are dry. Do you need this this mat?
That would be nice, actually. Thank you.
I'm gonna pull up your kit.
And Ames, there's your yeah. Oh, I love those. So pretty.
Moon Meadow Moth.
Ooh, that's what it looks like too.
Thank you. Tori and I came up with it.
I'm hungry.
I know, I'm dying.
My belly's like totally growling.
So I'm just gonna show you guys how I achieve this cute little wrap we have going on here. Pull those off screen. So first things first is you'll notice all of these have a loop on the inside. It's a lot easier to do the loop first, so we're gonna do all of our loops first. So we're just simply going to clip these off.
Can you get it? Oh, you slide the piece up and then you do the loop? How do you get the piece on?
So I'm gonna do a loop and then thread it on.
Oh, these are not, oh, for some reason I thought you had the ear wires that had the pedal on it. What is, well, that was an optical delusion. That's what I call it. Optical delusion.
Optical delusion.
That would be
that's a new
hilarious.
one.
Yep.
We have a cousin who's dyslexic, and he used to spell. I mean, he's a brilliant reseller of everything you could imagine. But anyway, he would spell post like Poast when he was 30. You know, anyway, so we always call him Larryisms because he would say like Geopet instead of Chia Pet. Yeah, what are some of the others he would do?
So many.
Oh my gosh. We love him.
I have some of my own that my parents make fun of me for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what they are. I'm sure my mom could figure out one of the things that I just say completely wrong.
Well, my dad, it's not dyslexic, but he would always say the funniest thing, like sandwich. I'm like, Dad, you're like this. You're a you used to be a professional athlete. You're a highly rated top decor. You would do decor packages for McDonald's, and you call it a sandwich. Where does that even come from? I'm like, he still called it a sandwich. Like,
Is it a Chicago thing, maybe?
no, I don't know. Maybe he just liked the way it sounded.
It's so funny.
Who says sandwich?
Sandwich.
Sandwich. Someone else says
Sandwich.
sandwich. I just love the different ways that people talk.
Okay, so we have that done, right? Super simple, easy. First, I'm just going to look where I need to bend this piece.
I think that was really smart how you did the loops, so you don't have to do it inside.
It's,
That's okay.
yeah, because that's what I did last time when I was making it.
Oh no! See, that's
so
the
I
thing.
know the pain of doing that, so I'm saving you guys the hassle of making the mistake that I made. So
So
I'm
what
just
are you
bending
doing
this
now?
over.
I love it.
So I just was measuring this out so it's exactly the same. And honestly, I would recommend to do your two earrings at the same time so it's a lot easier for you. Otherwise, you're going to have to replicate that same process.
Oh my gosh! Did you just paint that lizard ring? I am obsessed with
Yes,
that.
I did that while they were on the live.
No way.
She made me this ring because I wanted one so badly, of our lizard piece. You guys have probably seen this before, and I just painted it really quickly with our metallics.
I made her a ring and she just made it over the top. Brilliant. So cute. So what did you put on that? Just metallics?
So,
Oh.
scarab wing, beetle wing, phoenix wing, and griffin wing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's next week's. We should do all metallics next week.
That would be super cool.
Let's do it. We can call it heavy metal. Hey, actually, we have a set for next week. We'll do it for the week after.
So now I'm just doing a nice loop.
We're getting way too organized for our need for spontaneity.
And then now I can actually start our wrapping
Okay, so I'm
portion.
gonna come around. So you can wrap this however you want, Ains. I'm gonna come around and I'm gonna follow your hand. So why don't you just organically do this? Hold it wherever you want. Don't worry about your top view, because I will do this view. I probably can you do this view only?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, and then that way they can really see this technique.
Just give me a second to figure out what is what.
Here, do you want me to give you a different view? I'll do the.
Here.
there.
No, I got it. I just have to reassign.
Okay, perfect.
Do you want to move your camera? So yeah.
Yeah, so you
Okay,
have different
now you're good.
perspective. I know, because they all look the same.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll do it again. There you go. There's the main.
Is this right?
No, it's to the second one down to the all the way left.
I assigned them backwardsly. So that. Okay.
All right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first we have the really small one. I'm going to start with this small one, and I am going to start by giving it a little
Now you
arch
do that
here.
where you're comfortable. Don't even worry about your camera, because this is the only one showing.
So I'm just starting a little bend. Oh wait, I did this backwards.
Good thing that the
I need to do it with one of these. My bad, guys. So, just starting a little bend here so I can get a nice good twist. I'm going to look at this for a reference really quickly so I can see kind of how high up this is.
And they can make it whatever they're.
Yep, you can
Height
make it
is.
whatever you want it to be.
Oh, I see what you did. No way. You're so creative. I'm like, how did she make that? That must have been wire, because that's a lot of wire.
And so now I'm just starting to tighten it. This is the part's a little tricky. You're going to have to like move it around a little bit. And I'm just kind of like
Once you
pushing
get it started.
opposite. Yeah, once you get it started, it's a lot easier.
Would it help if you held one of them with pliers?
Yeah, it does. I'm just getting it, as I get it started, I'm going to be able to pull it tighter.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking, if you got 2 of these kits, you could make the most incredible, like, fully, like, double your earrings. You know what I mean? So they were
Yeah.
huge waterfall earrings.
Now I'm just going to start and wrap this up so it holds a little better. And I can adjust this bottom one a little more.
It's really incredible how you're able to do this with the rose gold, because it is rose gold. You know?
Yeah.
But we always, when we plate, we do flex gold. We do a flex plating to make sure that these are bendable.
And now I'm just going to start to tighten this up a bit. And I'm going to start going all the way up and around. You can see that this is starting to not shift as much.
Yeah. So periodically you're just measuring, right?
Yeah.
To make sure they're the same height.
And now that I have a good grip, I can just go around with my pliers, have a hold, and then twist up.
It's so pretty.
To the top.
Just that really elegant little twist there. It seems like so much more complex than what you're doing. When I looked at it, I'm like, how the heck did she make those?
And actually, our next one's going to be a lot easier.
That seemed pretty easy though, right there. That you
Right,
did.
but I'm saying like the next one we
Will
wrap
even
around
be
will be
easier.
easier now that we have the first
The
one.
base.
Just pinching this little end in a little more after I clipped it off.
All those little finishing touches matter, don't they?
They matter to me.
Yep.
Okay. And we can always adjust this a little bit if you want to. You now have a stronger grip, so I can, manipulate this flower a little more. And I want him to be a little more out and open.
And this is cool because you're doing a little bit of variation from the last time with just like a tiny little looser coil, right?
Well, it will be tighter once we add this one.
Oh, good. Well, that's really interesting. I see now. So it's like a braid, like a double coil.
Yes, so you kind of wrap it around the other one, and that's why it's a lot easier to wrap it the second time.
That's why you're the designer.
Okay, so now I have this one here. I'm just gonna adjust it to my liking.
So did you just put a little bend in there?
Yeah,
I love it.
I
Yeah.
just added a little bend. I want so it can hang down nicely the way that I would like it to. And then once I get it kind of where I want it to, I'm gonna start my wrapping process right in between the last coils I did.
Get it now. This is why these demos are amazing, because I would never have been able to tell how you did that. So when you guys get your kit, it's going to have a date on it. So if you don't get right to designing it right away, don't worry, because just pick up your kit, look at the date, find the live, and you will be able to fast forward to where it all is. That was like a year and a half ago that somebody asked if we could do some kind of thing where they could find the old demos. And so that's why all of our old kits work, because we kept all of our demos on the Facebook page. I think that might have been Renee that suggested that. See, we love you guys. You're always doing amazing things to make our presentations better. That's a really pretty color. Now I know why you did that, right? Because you wanted everybody to get pink, and you probably designed with them all. I love that.
So super easy to do. You can do it a little cleaner if you want to spend more time on it. This one's super, super clean and pristine, as you can tell. But for the purpose of the demo, I wanted to get us nice and through it.
See, now I would like the messy wrap.
Right.
It's just your design preference.
Absolutely.
I love that. And then all you're doing is hanging the rest of your pieces on a simple...
Yep.
So can I
So
see
you'll
it?
just open and close these little loops that we made
Yes.
earlier.
Can I see the bottom part? And are they getting a little...
They get this chain and all these beads
Okay,
as well.
perfect. Awesome. I love that one.
Thank you.
Okay, now you could probably switch back to the other view. And are you going to do your... Oh, yeah, let me grab your... Okay, they're going to see my head for a second, but I have to grab this. Sorry, guys.
And my mom did tell them about one of my Ainsleeisms, which I was convinced this was a word. Okay, guys, and it is misley. I thought it was a word. I swore it was a word.
Wait, that's cute. What was it meant to be?
Might as well.
Misley?
You might as well go do that.
Oh my
like I thought it was
gosh,
I was
that is
convinced
so
it was a word.
cute. Misley do that. Well, there's a band that was on, I can't remember. What was the show? The Voice or something? And they were called Midas Whale.
Yeah,
Now say it fast.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So you might as well. Midas Whale. I thought that was the cutest thing ever. I love all those little things. Are there any other Ainsleyisms?
Probably. I don't remember them because I think that they are real things.
True. Oh my gosh.
So this here that we're showing you, all of this stuff came from our amazing limited upscale.
And while you're doing that, I am going to specifically only keep the camera on what they're getting. So
And
you
so,
don't have to worry
yes,
about showing.
Mackie painted all of these amazing pieces already, and all I added to this were findings. So it doesn't come with the jump rings, but you guys have those. They're basic. You can get those very easily, but all the other pieces it does. And so I actually made these with in mind to add to our different amazing little pendant kits.
Ooh, love.
So I'm actually gonna grab some of these pendant kits
Oh my gosh, there's so
and
many
show you
things
what
in
I would
here.
pair with it.
This is loaded. And you had some of that, some of the really beautiful Napoli seed beads from the 80s.
Yes. So
I can't believe how old the 80s is.
first I made this really gorgeous necklace starter using all of our amazing pieces in here. All you have to add are the jump rings and head pins to this. And I thought it would look amazing with this pendant here. You could do literally any of these other ones from that pendant kit. And you would just simply hang it down from here. Let me zoom out so you guys can see a little better view of this. Simply hang it down from there, and that would be an amazing piece. Okay, and so I also made this here.
Ooh. So can you describe what an upscale design mix is?
Yeah, so the upscale is just to add to amazing already other things. We have a lot of like really great pieces in here, as you'll see.
Oh
And so
my.
this just really takes these pendants and you can finish them out really easily.
So if you bought, this goes with the cool tone, the warm tone. If you bought one of those kits and this mix, it would be like, what? So the mix is 39 or something?
Yeah, it's 38,
38,
and then
and
our
then the
kits are 26, and let me look how much and then each of these ones, the warms and the cools, are 34.
Okay, so that is amazing. So for $25, or gosh, what it would be end up being like $18 each, you would have, because did you make 4 inspiration pieces?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, yes, 4 inspiration
Four inspo
pieces, and then we have all of this left over as well.
Yeah. And remember that you get all of this in the full day loop at 20% off. So this would be 38, and at 20% off, we're talking another $7.50. So $30 to upscale all of your pieces.
But look how gorgeous that is. You're just taking this simple pendant and adding a whole lot more to it for only $39. You can just take all of your pieces and make them super over the top. This is one of them, one of the concepts.
So you've only done one of them, right, so far?
I've done 2.
Oh, 2. What was the first one I missed?
The first
I
one
missed
was this one.
Oh.
And then you do one of these.
Oh my gosh. I want that whole thing. And that little kit right there, that wildflower, or what is it? that was only 22?
26, I believe.
26
For the 3.
for the 3. So if you did 26 and 38, we're only talking $54.
But look
And
how
you've got
amazing that is.
You've got 4 giant necklaces for $54. That's like 15, 16, 17 bucks a piece for that.
Yeah.
Unreal. Yeah. I would definitely buy at least one tension kit and that wildflower kit and the design mix and just make bank.
Absolutely.
And just come back on this.
But look at that
Yeah, I
pairing
want to
there.
actually
Super
show,
cute.
I want to actually show this from an angle. How pretty that is. Oh, so beautiful. I love it.
Okay, we're not done yet. Here are those Napoli beads. I thought this would look super amazing as a necklace. So you would just finish this out. And then we have this amazing chunk here. And we simply can drip this right down off of there. Or wait, this is the wrong thing. This. But that will look amazing too.
Yeah, you just can't go wrong, can you? Oh my gosh. What if you stuck a couple of the beads from the mix, Upscale mix, in between some of those, the stranded beads?
Oh, you totally could.
Yeah.
We have like all these like little leaves. You could do more drippies off of the
my-
side.
I definitely want to see 2 of those little beads stuck in the middle. Like right there. Oh my, yes.
There's
Yes,
there's a lot of them.
I love that.
So you can totally do a lot of amazing things. You can add more of the beads to it. Absolutely. This is just a really cute concept for you guys.
Absolutely gorge.
Okay, and we still have one more of an example to show.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Food?
It's,
Food.
Food.
kind of food though.
I know.
And then I thought this would look super cute and springy if we just added this here. Just a little
Ooh,
drippy
yes.
action
That
there.
is a power-packed piece.
This is a winded live. I feel like I've been going slower because I'm so tired today.
But yeah, this is just a little portion of what you can do. Like I said earlier, we still have lots of pieces left over here to be used still.
Gorgeous. What else do we have?
We're wrapping up. I'm just going to talk about a few
This
things that
one.
I'm wearing.
And you're just going to show
Yeah,
how
I'll explain that
yeah.
a little bit more and then we can
gorgeous Ames.
Wrap.
I
Thank
love
you.
it.
love. Oh, I love that necklace on top of your sweater. Thank you.
Looks amazing.
Okay, guys. So, I was obsessed with that. Upscale was absolutely incredible. I think that we should do our last part of the free dive now, and then
Ooh, okay.
So comment FD, FD, FD.
yep, comment FD.
I want you to put an iridescent on that crystal.
That'll be fun.
I know. And I'll give you a bunch of stuff.
So, while Mom picks the free dive items, I will talk about this necklace if you can hand it to me.
Yep. Oh, so
So
pretty.
this kit is absolutely insane. We spent a good amount of time talking about it, but I'm just going to show you what we did here. So all you're going to do is you're going to punch a little hole at the very bottom of kind of the center of that bezel portion. And it's kind of a mix between a tension wrap and a metal wrap, because you're going to string your jump ring through the top right there, and then once you've got that hole punched, you're gonna string the tail of the dragonfly. You don't have to pinch it or anything until you've got it through, and then you're gonna clamp it all down, and you've got the most crazy sturdy, like that is literally not going anywhere. No glue used, and that is your incredible centerpiece. And then just regular bead looping, and we always use our awesome JR55s for a little bail through our top drill stones and drops. So, and then for the paints, all I did was I antiqued both of these pieces, and then I did kind of that vignette just with the iridescent violet in the middle, out to peach on the dragonfly, and then on the faux locket portion, I just did iridescent green on the center. So this is actually a really, really simple build, but obviously it's just classic and so stunning. So absolutely love that. Okay. Whoa.
You can put 2. I think there's 12 there, right? And so we'll just do 6, and then 2 you can pair them up. I thought that would be fun for you to.
I should have had that necklace up the whole time I was talking about it. Dragonfly Romance, by the way, for this one. And we're going to shift views to
This, right?
Yep. We need more of those slabs, by the way, for taking photographs on. Okay.
How many do you have there?
A lot. I think we're
Okay,
going to do
12.
6 more, right?
Yep, 6 more, and then you just pair them up however you want.
Oh, that's so cool. It's thick. I thought it was just a blank, but it's the thick
know.
key. Oh, I've got to do that. I'm just going to do the big ones.
Do you want to just throw in the others? We'll just throw them in.
Oh, sure. As secondaries.
Yep.
That'll be
We'll put them
so
in with
nice.
it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect.
Oh, and then I wanted to do the iridescent on the leather
Okay.
as part of it.
That would be cool together.
That's what I was thinking. The feather and the
Feather in the leather.
feather and the leather and the
Leather.
love it.
Leather. Can name a.
If you love leather, is it your leather? Your
Leather.
leather. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot to tell everybody Ben's idea for the perfect shop. It's literally the best. So Ben always said if he ever opened up a store again, he would call it Pork and Beads. And he would sell a barbecue and a bead bar. I loved it so much I actually died laughing. Pork and Beads. That could be the best chain because men would be super happy because they would have their barbecue and you could have TVs and stuff, and then the women can shop for beads.
I'd be happy.
I would eat barbecue while I was shopping for beads
That
and making
sounds
stuff.
like a dream come true.
So if you guys see a bunch of Pork and Beads franchises pop up, you'll know who did them. Oh my gosh. Oh, Sawyer, can you give me the first 6 people that won?
Yep.
I loved
I have
it.
a list, actually.
Okay.
Actually.
Awesome.
Okay, so Art Metal is absolutely gorgeous with our iridescence. It's actually crazy. Gonna do green in the middle to peach on the outside.
It is crazy to
stunning.
me. Do you know what people have had to do over the years to get enamel finish?
Oh my,
I
so
mean,
much
you're
work.
talking glass powders, you have to carry them
Yeah.
all. You've got to have your your whole burning setup. You've got to have your rotating gravel and all the. It's unreal. I wanted to buy the whole setup. It was like $250. I'm like, I'll just buy a $5 bottle of paint.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to go a little lighter on this butterfly. So I'm just doing the brown and purple.
How many people would shop at our pork and beads?
I would live there. I wouldn't even leave.
Nothing like a pulled pork sandwich.
Oh, brisket, pork,
Yes. Yeah.
pulled pork, beads. I mean, chocolate. That's all we would need. Every dessert was chocolate.
Maybe we could do chocolate covered strawberries, like in a wine
Oh, I
glass.
thought you were going to say chocolate covered pork.
Actually,
That
might
might
not
be
good.
good.
Actually,
I'm
not
sure
good
it's
if
been
you
done.
want it.
I bet if you soaked pork in chocolate
I
and
bet
then
if you weren't
barbecued
sober,
it.
it would be good.
So weird. Okay, well, while Mackie's doing that, I am going to announce the first free dive. Jean, Ikean, Sue, Susan Windsor, Sherry Reichenbacher, Monica Thompson, Peggy Heinbrock, Kimmy Crabtree. Congratulations. Now, this one that Mackie's working on right now is Janet BB, we like to call her, but Janet Butterfield Brown, Monica Thompson. You got 2. Congratulations.
Whoa.
So did Sherry Reichenbacher.
Wow, nice view of this camera, Mom.
Sorry.
Can you tell she's getting tired too?
No,
Just kidding.
I'm like, yeah.
You know that.
Lori,
It's fine. Yeah.
Julie Peterson. Congratulations, Julie.
Yay.
And Cookie Northway. Hey, it's nice to see some new names like, there are our originals, of course, but I mean, I love
Coming
seeing,
through for the free dive though.
I love seeing everybody being real active in the free dive. Well, Mackie's,
So fun.
while Mackie's doing that,
Oh, you wanted me to put iridescent on this?
show
Okay.
some
Lynn said, "Have you been to Bodacious Pig in
Yes! Are you
Duh.
kidding me, Lynn?
Yeah,
That's what made us
it's
think
so
about
good.
it. We're like, we're gonna get a shop across the street and we're just gonna go over and have them
Do it.
have
It
them
wasn't
make
so
it all for us.
expensive. I eat it
Actually,
every day.
not. It's not bad if you can get
Sure.
a combo for $22, and that will definitely feed you and Taya.
Well, it's bad when I could probably eat a combo myself though.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
true.
only issue. That's what would happen to
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
This one is amazing.
It's like, oh, it feeds 2, but it's so good it will feed 1.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, really quick. I haven't spent much time, if at all, talking about the jewelry I've been wearing, but I always like to wear the week before. And
So am I.
Ainsley she was wearing the stunning necklace. Did we load them as products?
And earrings. They should still be there. I don't think anybody took them off.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can find them. I just see a lot of warehouse stuff. Okay, here we go. So, I'm wearing right now the bracelet, not the earrings. I don't know where those are. No, not that one. Just that go with the bracelet kit. There were 2 of these.
Yeah.
Super pretty, just simple earrings. And then this layered with her. She is right. The Star Maiden, where did she go? Maybe I can't find that one.
Well, they can find her on the live shop.
Yeah, just go to the live shop
She's
for all of
silver.
this.
You'll see her silver. Don't let you throw that.
Yep.
Mackie just added.
This is Jean's
cedar.
magical trick
I
of
completely forgot
cedar.
she did that. I
I know,
literally
'cause
thought
you're
it
just
was.
like accepting that it's gold.
I was like in my head. I was like, oh, like
We
it's
made
just.
that
I
in
thought she
gold.
was gold.
I'll switch it over quick
That's
so you
so
can see the
insane.
back of it.
I forgot.
The
Yeah.
back, see, silver. So crazy.
It's Russian gold.
It's perfect Russian gold.
Insanely gorgeous, and all you did was burnish that in
Just
with
buff
your
it in
frayed brush.
the
That's it.
lightest bit of paint, and it's so freaking pretty, and it looks amazing with this bracelet. So that's a favorite. And then I'm wearing the The necklace from last week, which was, I'll just put up, yeah, floral reef necklace kit. This was crazy. Do you want to hold it up closer to you? Oh, that's
No,
good.
that's good. This is great.
So this had some really pretty fringing on the bottom. This one was a very big challenge to design with, but I think it turned out amazing.
Well, that is an incredible vintage element.
I love this piece so much. It's so
pretty.
me. It's
And
insane.
is there still one full day loot left of that?
There might be one full day loot
People
left.
have been buying it all week.
I'll just put the loot up. I
Yeah.
think there's only one left of the loot though, of Ocean Fairy from last week.
There's
Yeah,
only
one left. But you can still get a couple of the pieces separately. Ainsley's necklace, there are still a few of. If you want to come
The
model
butterfly
that one
goddess?
quick, Ains, your sea nymph. No, that was already 3
Oh,
weeks ago.
that's right.
I don't know what planet you're on right now.
Well, let me see. What is it? Let me see her.
That was last week.
That
remember?
is a butterfly. Oh, that she is a butterfly goddess.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the original butterfly.
No.
Got it.
She is a butterfly goddess.
Can you-
I
yeah.
will show. See, you guys, I'm not crazy. She's a butterfly. Look at. Wow.
That's so insane. So sea nymph necklace kit, still a few of those available.
So
And then
this
there's also the earrings as well available.
Love. These earrings were so insane. I put them on and I honestly did not want to give them back to Ainsley because you can't even feel them and they have
They're
such impact.
bright.
They're so impactful.
I love them. It's actually insane. And then what else? Earrings we covered
Such a
on that.
testament.
But yeah, only one full day loot left. So if you want to buy things separately, do that.
Well, and you get, remember, the full day loot is you get everything for 20%, additional 20%
Yes.
off. Everything's already 50 to 80%
So
off.
the loot pricing on that for last week was $238, and you're getting it for $195. That's like 40 more. It's $43 off. Wait, 41.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yes.
Crazy.
But that 2 something is not retail.
No, it's just
That's
our
wholesale.
pricing.
That's
so
like
you're getting it
Huge discount.
discounted off of our crazy wholesale pricing.
All these lives are not retail, guys. This is our wholesale. In fact, some wholesale customers were wondering, they're like, oh, which is cheaper, the wholesale or the live? And we're like, it just depends. Go, if you're a wholesale customer, look first to see if it's cheaper on wholesale. Mm-hmm. And come to the live and see if it's cheaper. But you have to do a little price comparison. And most of these things are not available on the wholesale website.
That's the thing about coming to these lives. There's completely different offerings
Yeah.
between both.
Shop
so.
around. We're not going to get it completely right. So, I mean, we're going to get it completely right, but it's not going to always be the same.
Real quick, speaking of the art metal hematite color, you could totally iridescent these chains with the paint.
Oh,
Yes,
they
I
would
was
be
gonna
so
do that.
Should I just do it quick? I'll do it
magical.
really quick so we can see.
I was going to remind you to do that,
Okay.
but I know we're hungry.
I know I'm about to pass out.
Somebody
I'm so
earlier
tired.
said Mom's on Hunger Planet.
I
Yeah.
am on Hunger Planet.
Hunger Planet.
That's a good one.
Bodacious Pig or Cafe Rio.
I don't even know now. I don't know. Which
Okay.
sounds better?
I'm
Bodacious
going
Pig,
to-
I think, maybe. Right next to
I just
pork
feel so
and
bad
beans.
because I'm so tired today.
You don't look tired, and you're certainly not faltering.
Ugh.
Can I have the free dives? Can you just put them in my hand?
Mom's keeping them. Haha. Just kidding.
Oh, because I'm just gonna show them real quick this view, and then
Look how gorgeous that butterfly is.
oh,
All right, I'm gonna do. What color should I do? Peach. Peach will be cool.
ooh yeah.
Rainbow.
Oh, a lot. Okay.
Do like all
Well,
the
first do
different colors.
peach
So
on
insane.
the bracelet.
Okay, just peach on the bracelet,
Oh
and then
my-
I'll do the rainbow on the necklace.
Okay. While she's doing that,
This is gonna be
you guys have
crazy.
an upper view. I'll
You
show
guys are probably wanna buy these just so you can paint them.
Yeah, how much is that kit?
$18.
Wait.
No, it's not even a kit. It's just finished.
Wait, they're finished.
Yeah, it's
Two
finished.
Why did
And
Jean
there's
do
only
that?
7 left.
I'm actually mad at you, Jean.
I priced it.
You did? $17 for 2 finished pieces of jewelry, and that's 10 karat
Oh
gold.
no, that's what
Glass.
you get for leaving me to my own devices.
Well,
all the
I'm
time.
That's what you
happy.
get for being lazy.
I'm happy for everybody. Sad for us. No.
Okay.
Don't ever feel sad for us, guys. We do this for you because we have our retail and wholesale website where you guys shop a lot. But we do these live so you can learn lots of techniques and get really crazy.
Yeah,
good
and we
deals.
want you guys to be able to use your product
Yeah.
to the best ability. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm
Oh,
literally.
Ainsley, can you make
shaking.
labels for those? Unless you're busy, we can do that after
not
lunch.
I'm not very strong with my left hand. Can you fix this?
Yes,
Probably have to wipe it off with a.
that's what it is. The
Thing.
top dried because we didn't put it sealed itself. So
Yeah.
yay, because we didn't put the lid on, which I do on purpose. So these you won't be able to tell
when
until
you-
we
And when you get in the sunlight, that's like, and you can keep layering a little bit, but that iridescent is just so pretty and glowy. It's crazy. Okay.
You know how they make paper beads? You know how they roll them up and stuff?
Yeah.
What if you laid out a whole sheet of iridescent colors,
Mm-hmm.
let it dry, and then rolled it up into a bead and then resined it? I'm gonna try that.
Oh, I see. That'd be crazy.
Brush it out.
I know what you're saying. That'd be so cool.
Oh man, it just made me think of a new master class.
All right.
Okay. Which one is driest? I want to see. Let
This
me
one
see the bracelet,
probably.
and I'll show the iridescent.
Yeah, your view will be better.
Did you just do peach on this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this just has a really
So
subtle,
pretty up. That's really pretty.
a really subtle.
That's a good view, Mom.
Shimmer. You can just see how that tiny little peach right there is. Oh.
So yeah, guys, don't forget to go back through on the live shop. Once these things are gone, we don't ever renew them. So if you're looking for things, you know, from a few weeks back, sometimes they're completely sold out and never coming back. So
We don't remake them.
yeah, take a chance to just look back at some things because there's so much gorgeousness
Oh
on
yeah, I was
there.
gonna throw in.
And Mom's got your free dives figured out. We're
Yeah.
going to bag those up. Other than that, today was so fun. I'm gonna quick put on some of my favorites on the screen onto this view quick so we can remember those. I feel like if that was on a chain, those would sell on Etsy in 2 seconds.
Oh my gosh.
And then Ainsley's earrings were nuts. Okay. Alrighty. Wait, I still have not even put this on. I wanted to try this on.
Oh, and did you want to explain what you did at the tension top of that one? That should be really easy.
Yes. Alright, really quickly with this necklace, the hummingbird window with the crazy chain. That's so amazing. Real quick, what I did here was I tension wrapped the bottom. On your setting, you're gonna get you're gonna put a punch a hole in the center bottom, and then up here you're actually going to thread jump ring, which I've done recently on a live, I think even last live. So you're just gonna punch 2 holes about 3 millimeters apart, and then you're actually going to thread just with that JR30 through your top loop of the setting, and then through the 2 holes that you punched on the top of your frame. So that was so pretty. I gotta put this on, so I have not even tried it on yet.
Ooh, wait. Okay. That one, honestly, I was so impressed with that when you made it. It's just so absolutely gorgeous.
I love it.
That's it in person.
And it feels so good. You know what I mean? Like the thickness of the chain.
Yeah,
And
now that you have it on, and I'm going to back out and show some
Okay.
details of it on. Oh, wow.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that
Crazy.
Really, so beautiful.
All right, guys. So we're about dead over here because
Because we've
So
been talking
hungry.
about food. That's so dangerous.
none of us are breakfast eaters either. So when we get to like it's 1 o'clock here, we're like, I've never had food in my life. Okay.
Set me free.
Yeah. Free me from my humanly needs.
Maybe it is a Cafe Rio because you just said free me and it made me think
Free
of free
meal.
meal.
Okay, guys, whoever wants to hop on and say bye. Thank you guys again. We'll be getting all of your orders out soon. And again, remember you get free shipping with everything from our live
Sawyer's
shop. So,
coming.
whoa, even Sawyer's coming.
I know.
Woo! Full house.
Yay! Bye.